Okay, so you're gonna start, your pattern is 9 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so I just use like a little piece of cardboard, a piece of paper to cut it out. So 9 inches by 6 inches, cut 2 pieces of 100% cotton fabric. And you're going to also cut, for a lady's mask, I cut 2 pieces of elastic at 6.5 inches long. So 2 pieces of elastic. And then I take this over to the sewing machine. So you might want to stand behind me, so just make sure you get it. Okay, so you got right sides together. So you put your triangles together, line them up as best they go. I don't usually pin, they stick pretty good together. So then kind of like just starting halfway from one edge, you're about 1/4 of an inch in, you're just gonna start to do your sewing and then a back stitch and then continue. And just before you get to the first corner, that's when you're gonna stop and open it up, slip in your elastic pointing out from the corner. Cover that back up so you can see your elastic sticking out. You're gonna sew over the elastic, back stitch a couple times, go back into the corner. Now you're gonna lift your presser foot and turn it. Go back one more time and then all the way down to the other end. Stop just a short way away from the end. You've got the other end of the elastic. You're just gonna pull that out the corner, make sure it's flat, and then repeat. So back stitch a couple times, make it secure, turn it, go down the other side, back stitch, and continue on to the other side. You get to the other side, you're gonna do the same thing. Lift up your presser foot, just keep the needle down. Insert the elastic so it's sticking out the corner so you can see it there. Press your foot back down. Go over a couple times. Turn it. Go over it again. And then all the way down to the other end. Again, just a little ways away. You're going to lift it up. Push the elastic out the other corner. Go over it. Back stitch a couple times into the corner again. So now you're back at the beginning. Here's where you started. So you want to leave about 2 inches open. So I'm only going to sew to about here. Back stitch, and now I'm done. So I cut my threads. So now what you're going to do is that opening is now you're going to turn your work right side out. You don't have to cut corners or anything. Just push out your corners because your elastic's going to be out there now. Okay. So then you can take it over to the sewing machine, or the iron, and press that nice if you'd like. I'm just going to finger press it and leave it because we're going to seal that opening when we go around. So now I put that at the bottom. So now you do your pleats. You need a pin or some clips or something for this. So you just take it and kind of eyeball it. So you're just going to pleat one. Sometimes I can do all 3 at once. Sometimes I can't. Just do 2 at once. Clip them on the side. So you've got the pleats. And then do one more. Pleat that up. Pin or clip. You can use a paper clip, a bulldog clip, office supplies if you don't have that. So then just match up yours on the other side. There's your pleats. Clip them to hold them in place until you can get it sewn down. Okay, so now you've got your pleats. So now you're going to go back to the sewing machine. You're going to start at one end. And you're going to just sew right pretty close, about 1/4 inch from the edge. Back stitch when you start. Sew down. Okay, and then you're going to go across the top. Then you're going up the other side. Just make sure your pleats are caught under the machine. Okay, now this is the bottom edge. This is the edge that has the opening, so just make sure that you've got the fabric captured there, and then just sew close to the edge so you're sealing it shut. And then what I do is I come just close to that other edge and sew another row, and I've just lost my bobbin thread, so I'm just going to kind of pretend to show you, but I would come up here and sew and back stitch, clip that off, and then I would come over to this side and just sew another row of stitching there, and that would be the end. And then the finished product looks like this. See how you've got the 2 rows of stitching on the edge? And then when you put it on, over your nose, under your chin. Okay, you can stop.